You are here already. Okay. Let me drop this matter and drop this matter. So you and I, we can discuss the matter. Yes, let's discuss matter, right? Yeah, chemistry and matter. Let's discuss that in deep and understand what the hell this thing means, right? But before that, I want to tell you that this is matter. This is matter. And this that I drop down first is also matter. Then why does all this matter matters, right? Yes. So yeah, I know you'll be hearing this frame mostly if you start chemistry or you have attended chemistry class before. You understand that there's this issue about matter all the time. Okay, so here matter is not going to be an issue, right? It's going to be something that we are going to understand in this particular video. So what is matter? Yes, matter is anything around us that has mass and occupies space, right? So let me actually just write that thing down for you. We have yes. So this is the definition of matter, the very basic definition of what matter is. You say matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. So these are the two things that something that is qualified to be matter needs to have. It needs to have mass, that's the heaviness, and it needs to also have space. And the space basically is the volume. It occupies the volume. Me as a person, you as a person, right? You are matter because you have mass and you occupy space. So any object that you have around, a pen, pencil, you can hold that there are lot of heaviness, or anything that can feel around you, that has space, right? And also has mass. Okay. For example, the air around you, right? You can feel it, right? Especially when you are running. When you are running, you can see that wind is blowing against you, right? It's a lot of air is blowing against you, right? What you are basically doing is that you are moving through air, moving very fast, and then because air is all around us, when you are moving, you are just displacing the air. So because you are displacing the air is trying to you are occupying the space of that air, and the air is going back to you. So it's as if they are blowing against you. But what you are basically doing is that you are just exchanging space with air as you are moving, right? So as you are running, so when you are running, you'll be feeling the air moving against you, but because continuously you are trying to change space between you and the volume of air just in front of you at the time, because air is all around and we can feel it. You can say it occupies space. You also occupy space, and any other object around you occupy space. Okay, then um are there some things that do not qualify to be matter? Because almost around you can see everything, right? There's a lot of things around us that we can qualify as matter. The wall, the coin, the laptop, the mobile phone, air, water, everything that we can feel around us. I said, no, don't think of spiritual things here. Don't think of that, right? Yeah, we are talking about physical things that we are going to qualify as matter or not. Say two things. You need to have two things: mass and what? Volume. You need to have mass and volume. These two things you need to have it before you can qualify you as matter. So there are some of the examples of items that do not qualify as matter. If you are wondering, let me help you with that. Light, light that you have, or radiations around you, they are not matter, right? They don't have space. They don't have mass. You can calculate the mass of light. Wow. So they don't have mass. So light is an example of that. All radiations, right? They don't have that. If I talk about radiation, I would just also say waves. All waves, like sound wave. You can feel it. You can feel its presence, but you can calculate its volume. But you can calculate its intensity, but not the volume or the mass of it, right? Sound. I mean sound. As I'm talking, you are hearing someone is making noise and all that. They are quantities that you can hear or we can manipulate, but they don't occupy mass. They don't have mass and occupy space. So they are physical quantities that cannot be qualified as matter. Okay, these are all the issues about matter. Do you know that I show you some examples of matter? You've seen some of them are hard, right? Some of them are hard. Let's say solid. Others are like flowing, like water. So when I show you this example, for example, it was the bottle itself is solid, and what is inside is water, and that water it can flow, right? It can flow. So the thing is very hard. Then other ones are soft. Some of them are you can bend them easily, but some you have to apply a lot of force, right? Let's note force is also not matter. Force it's also physical quantity, but then it's not matter because you can calculate the mass and this in of force, right? Yeah. Okay. Then different matter behave differently. Some are soft, some are hard, some they are just there. When you are burning something, you see that after burning it, then the thing becomes soft. Something that is hard, you burn it and becomes soft. When you put water in the fridge, after some time, it becomes very solid. So you see there are a lot of behaviors that these objects around us are exhibiting, and chemists or scientists are really concerned with that. That's when chemistry comes in. That's when chemistry comes in. Now, how does chemistry come in now? So chemistry is now focused on understanding, studying and understanding, or let me say trying to study and understand the behavior of matter and their changes over time, how the changes undergo. So you can see that when you put water in the fridge, then become ice, become solid. So we need to understand it, evoke an interest to understand how this particular matter has changed, what has caused it, what behavior inside it has caused that. So that will make chemists to actually go deep into matter and understand at the core level, at the smallest level, what then is there. Curiosity to understand how this thing behave by trying to understand the element at the elemental level, what these things come together to form whatever we have around us. A good understanding of this, a good understanding of the objects around us can allow us to handle some of them, and then when we are handling some of them and they are exhibiting some behavior, we will be in a position to better explain why they are exhibiting so the knowledge of how matter behave or different matter behave is what help us to actually use some of them for buildings, using some of them for communication stuff, using some of them for cooking, right? All because chemistry has decided to go into that. So what is chemistry? Chemistry, let's say it. Yes, this is us. This is us, right? It's a study of it's a scientific study. It is a scientific study of matter. Chemistry is the scientific study of matter, its composition and behavior, as well as the changes it undergoes, right? It changes from when you are burning it, then it's soft, then it's hard. Some of them are soft, then you put them under the sun, and they become very hard. So we want to actually understand that. That's what chemistry is concerned with, right? So we want to understand at the elementary level what these particular things do, right? Very good. So now you have a fair idea about what matter is, and now I know that you have now understood what chemistry is trying to do, so it will help the other field of study, engineers, um how do you call it, civil engineers, the business administration. Everyone use matter every single day. What we are wearing, right, is also matter, and then we are wearing it because we know that it will not burn our skin, right? We need to understand how our skin is also matter, how our skin is composed of, and so what we can put on our body is safe. So chemists do that, and then when they do that, they give information to the other branches of science, right? You see that they say chemistry is the mother of science, right? And that gives you an idea. Okay, now join me on this journey so that we try to understand, right, what chemistry, how the study is done, the various things that we have to do, right? It's going to be a long journey for us, and it's a good thing that you add it to your knowledge, what chemistry in as a person, because it forms a study of the very basic level of things. Join me on this study. But before that, in the next session, we are going to do something very important. We are going to focus on matter, actually. Focus on matter, we are going to talk about their classifications. Classification of matter, there are two main categories that we'll be looking at, right? We are going to classify matter looking at two different categories or two different criteria to classify matter. We'll do that in the next session, right? We'll start them one after the other. But then first one, we are going to classify matter according to a state, the state of the matter. And then the next one, we are going to classify matter according to its composition. So we say the scientific study of what matters, composition, and what the changes undergoes, right? So the state is basically going to talk about the changes that goes, and the composition is going to talk about the content as the name says. So stay with us, join us in the next session so we will continue to build on this concept of chemistry. See you.